I'll have to talk louder today.
Mishnah 1?
The first Mishnah, yeah.
And 7.
First Mishnah, the 7th Perek. Kol zayis sheyesh l'shem b'sadim. Any olive tree that has an individual name in the field it's in. Afilu kizayis hanaitif b'shaita. Even if its name is something like the olive tree that when it's really ripe, it starts dripping oil. The Shikcha and the owner of the field forgot to harvest that tree. Eino Shikcha, that would not be considered forgotten, because since it has its own name, it's something that's in the back of his mind and he never really forgot about it. That's if it has a specific name, or it behaves in a specific way, or if it grows in a specific place. So, bishmai, what would be an example of a name that an olive tree would have? If it's called shehu shivchani, it's a tree that drips oil. A bishani, or it's a tree that embarrasses other trees because it grows so well. The maisov, or a example of the way it performs would be shehu aisei harbe. This tree grows a lot of olives. Bimkaimai, a specific place, would be shehu aimei b'tzadagas. It's the tree that's closest to the olive press. Beside a pirtza, or it's a tree that is next to a hole in the fence. So it's nothing specific about the tree. It just, since it's in a memorable place, he's never really going to forget it. V'shar kol hazesim, all the other olive trees that don't have their own name. Then shnaim shikcha, if he misses 2 trees, that will be shikcha. V'shloish ein shikcha, and 3 would not be shikcha. Rabbi Yossi says no. Ein shikcha hazesim. You don't have shikcha does not apply by olive trees. Okay. Mishnah Peah. Period.
That makes sense. It's a big thing.
Zayis shenimsa oimed ben shali shurois shel shnei malbinim. So if you have olive trees that are arranged, I have 3 rows of trees, and in between the 3 rows of trees, there's 2 empty spaces, and in those spaces I planted grain. So you have trees, grain, trees, grain, trees. The shakchai, and you forget in one of the middle ones, ain't no shikcha. That's not considered shikcha again because it's a unique place, so it's more memorable. And then we said before, right, that 2 saw about 2 bushel was the amount that if you forgot that would not be considered shikcha. So if you have a zayis, you have a single olive tree, sheish b'isasayim that has 2 saw worth of olives on it. So again, the shikcha, and you forgot that. And shikcha, again, it's too much to be considered shikcha. However, the Mishnah qualifies it over here and says, when is that? Bisman shlei hischalbai. That's if you missed the whole tree and didn't pick any of the olives on it. Avlam hischalbai, but if you started harvesting the tree, then afilu kezayis hanaitiv b'shaita, even it's like one of those trees in the first Mishnah that has its own name. Since you started it v'shakcha and you forgot to finish it, then it's yishlei shikcha, presumably because you can't say it's in the back of your mind that you'll get to it, because you did get to it, you just don't realize that you never finished it. Kol zman sheyishlei tachtav, any time that you still have business under the tree.
And that could be very, very practical.
Right. You got distracted and you went to eat lunch and you never came back. You came back and you start the next tree.
Remember later.
Right. Kolzman sheyishlei tachtav, as long as he still has stuff under the tree. So he left his basket of olives he picked under the tree. Yishlei b'reisha, he can still go back up and pick any olives that are in the tree. Rameir says, once you move away your olive collecting basket, then that's your sign that you're done with this tree, and then you can't go. And you can't go back.
Machba is a basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, you got the basket there, you're not going to forget it.
Okay.
No matter what.
Mishnah Gimel. So
Okay,
now.
You may forget it, but you're going to see it again.
Mishnah Gimel is now going to specifically grapevines. So grapevines, by we use the term leket, shikcha, and peah. We use the term Parat in place of shikcha, essentially, or leket. So Ezu Parat. So what's Parat? Hanaysher b'shasa b'tzira. It's the individual grapes that fall when I'm harvesting the clusters. Haya Baitzer. So similar to what we said by leket, if you're harvesting the grapes, v'akatz as eshkel, and you cut off the whole cluster, v'husach ba'alam, and it got caught in the leaves, so it didn't come off easily, and then nafal miyad la'aretz, and you drop the whole cluster, v'nefarid, and it fell apart. So again, that's not something that fell on its own. That's something that fell because of something that happened to you. So harehu shel balabai is that you can bend down and pick up and keep it. Haminiach es hakalkala tachas hagef, and if you put your basket under the vine where you're harvesting, so that anything that falls should fall into the basket. B'shashu bites at the time he's harvesting. Harei gezel aniyim. That's stealing from the aniyim, because that way any loose grapes that fall are going to land up in your basket, and the aniyim are not going to be able to take them. And al zenemar, and about this it says al tasig gvul oilim. Don't encroach on the portion of literally those who are going up, which we saw before was a dispute how to translate that exactly. Does that mean those who came up from Egypt, meaning the Jewish people, and this is something that's a mitzvah you're supposed to give, or olim is a nice way of referring to poor people that currently they're on the bottom of the cycle, but hopefully they're going back up and they'll become wealthy again. Okay, let's stop here.